That's my jam. All right, we're rolling.
All right. All right. I feel like we're a little loud. Welcome back to the Men on the Internet podcast. My name is Kalbin Johnsling, and across from me is...
Whatever name you want to give me this time. Resident White, Sam's back, finally.
Our Resident White, Mr. Far Away from the Border, is here.
Not that far.
And our next to the border man,
Juan Valdez.
is also here. Real quick, I totally forgot we just had this whole conversation, but did you guys see Black Panther?
No, didn't get a chance.
You told me not to.
No, I told you don't go where other black people are.
That's facts.
Kel was like, go see it, but also if you see it, you're racist. And I'm like, I don't know what to do now. I'm confused.
Shit.
It's
pressure. That's pressure right there.
You should have figured that out.
There's never been more higher stakes on a movie.
Okay. All right. I wanted to give my honest review for
Dude,
like a little.
did.
Yeah, but I wanted to give it like my real in-depth.
Well, I
okay,
heard the whole
okay.
plot to it though from the screen pitch guy who does the like honest screen producing pitch for like movies.
Okay.
And it sounded pretty stupid to me, honestly. I'm sorry. Like it just came across like see it right away. He's got that's an opinion.
I'd like to go out personally and say Wakanda forever. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Chris is pandering to the
You
black
are
community.
never allowed to say that.
Wait, what is the other group, the underwater group called? The like
Mexicans.
tribe.
No.
The Namor people.
Oh, okay.
Namor.
No, wrong.
That's his name. I know his name.
Don't colonize this.
Uh-oh.
It's called the Ku Klux Klans.
Chris, is that accurate?
I don't know. I haven't read the
It's
thing.
not. I'm being sarcastic. It's
Is
not
it
accurate
in
at all.
like
No,
Aztec?
it's some kind of
Is it like...
Aztecan. Dang. Wow, I don't know actually.
If only
I
we
know
had
because the
internet.
thing is they say everything in two languages.
Oh, really?
So he's like, in the beginning of the movie, he's like, my name is Akukukan.
Go ahead. Uh-huh.
That's literally how he says it. But then he says, but my enemies call me Namor.
And then a Spanish guitar plays.
And then Antonio Banderas pops.
I am
The
Zorro.
music from Zorro happened to the dance.
Talocan.
That's it. I'm sorry. Yeah,
That was
Talocan.
really off.
Talocan.
I wasn't sure what the tribe was called. Just curious.
It's called the Talocan. Okay. All right. Since you guys haven't seen it, I still
Yeah,
will
sorry.
spoiler free it.
I've already spoiled it.
All right, so welcome back to the show. Today we are going to talk about one of the most hated people on Earth, and also I guess one of the more loved people on Earth.
Well,
Very
he is
like-
African, so people hate him obviously for that. But
Go ahead. Wait, who are we talking about?
Elon Musk.
Is he African? Is he South
he's
African?
South
Yeah,
Africa,
he's South
which
African.
is African.
You ever wonder why he has that weird accent?
What I was going to say, I was probably going to go to jail for.
Besides
Someone was going to cancel me
the
for sure.
Asperger's?
I thought it was because he had Asperger's. I'm so sorry, Mr. Musk.
There's an Asperger's accent.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it takes him a second to put his words together.
You know,
No judgment
what's
here.
funny about that? I showed a video of a Down syndrome kid to Spencer. Made the same exact, facial features that
Yeah.
Spencer does.
Yeah.
And it's like, is it kind of like that? Like just an inherent thing that because he was going like that, like he was shocked about something. Same face.
For
Never-
the audience,
never met.
Sam's little brother has Down
That's
syndrome.
that. Yeah. Give me some points for. I raised him by myself.
He's,
Wait a second, but is he white?
Moving on.
yeah, we can't disclose that. His name's Javier Spencer.
He doesn't understand race.
Javier Spencer.
Spencer.
Okay, all right. So let's start off with Elon Musk at Twitter because everybody seems to be having a big old
for
problem
sure.
with that.
So what's going down? How long has he owned it now?
Elon Musk has owned TikTok, I want to say 2.5 weeks. Twitter for 2.5 weeks. So
Okay.
Elon Musk has owned Twitter for 2.5 weeks, and they're saying that it is imploding.
It is hilarious.
And yet, I don't think it's imploding.
Well, how do you implode Twitter though? Like that's kind of hard to do. Like
yes, so I suppose that there's certain things that the public is like doesn't all know. So when he bought Twitter, he had to take out some loans because he didn't have the cash available.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
So there's some kind of penalty where he needs to pay over $1 billion a year annually.
Well, how does he make the money then? Because isn't Twitter you don't pay anything?
Let me ask you a question about the internet.
Ask me.
How do you think all social media companies make the bulk of their money?
Advertisements.
Advertisement, right? So Twitter has, despite a lot of people using it, and I would say most of the internet getting their original content from Twitter, it's still the baby social media platform. So it doesn't generate as much as...
I would assume it doesn't generate $1 billion worth of ads a year.
Oh, I'm sure. I think it does like $3 billion.
Oh, okay.
It makes money
worldwide. You gotta think about that.
It makes money.
Fair
it's
enough.
just not making the
Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook is
The TikTok numbers is not making TikTok numbers.
do like some quick research and give me like Facebook. Well, actually, we'll talk about Facebook later. So give me Instagram
ad revenue per year.
ad revenue 2021.
Instagram.
Okay, I'll give it.
Ad.
All right, so they're making money, and then like the thing that a lot of people are saying is that he needed to make an additional
$1 dollars.
so that he could pay this $1 billion penalty for X amount of years.
Got it.
$11.5 billion.
There you
for
go.
Instagram.
So Instagram alone. So if you just think about Meta owning Instagram, and then they own Facebook, Facebook is probably making another 15 or something.
Different demographics.
Yeah,
than Facebook.
and more people are using Facebook. It's still the OG. Old people, men, skewing more towards men. Yeah, believe it or not.
Man.
So and, that's where they get their conservative stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All that.
Of course. That's where I go for my
yeah.
conservative news.
All right now. don't start telling people where you actually get it from.
I don't know. I got Instagram. That's all I got now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they're saying that he's imploding it. Number one, because Elon Musk is making people return back to the office.
Work? Am I saying that right? Work?
Return to the office.
Work?
So
job?
that's number one. When everybody's saying, "Oh no, we can't because there's so many offices and we're not all working in the office, and even if we go to the office, we're not going to see each other. And I'd prefer to be at home with my dog and my husband."
Is there Twitter headquarters? Where's Twitter headquarters?
There's offices scattered. They
Like
got
worldwide.
LA. They got New York.
Yeah, but what's the point of going in the office scattered worldwide?
Well, here's the thing. They have like receipts on things you do for work. Like it's, I don't know if you have it at your job, but like they have data that shows what you do. People have not been working. They're showing that people have not been working. They fired like a bunch of people with like just zero contributions to the company.
Did you see the guy who responded to Elon's
On the tweet?
And Elon was like, "Yo, my bad. Twitter's running slow on Android in Europe." And the guy was like, "No, it's not. I actually
This has
work
never happened.
on Twitter on Android in Europe, and it's not running slow at all." And Elon was like, "Well, then if I'm wrong, go ahead and just tell me the correct thing." And the guy couldn't. And like 2 tweets later, Elon was like, "Anyways, I fired that guy."
Oh yeah. I
And
saw
then they
that.
showed the
Sorry.
text of that, of the conversation of like him being fired over text.
What did he say?
He was late for work. It wasn't that just because he was, or he didn't show up, and he was really apologizing. Like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I couldn't find a ride to work," and this is like all these excuses. And he's like, "No, like stop giving excuses. You're fired. Like we're done here." And he was really sad about losing his job, but he shot his mouth off, got analyzed or
Penalized.
scrutinized,
Sure.
and it's like, all right, we actually don't need this.
I know words.
He got ratioed.
What does that mean?
You are way too old for this conversation.
Uh-oh.
So that's the number one thing that's happening. Number two, people don't like that he's rich
And get rid of child porn too.
and that he bought Twitter. And that's about it.
All right.
Well, people are actually getting. Well, I've been seeing a lot of things that he's actually getting rid of child porn now, and it's like, conspiracy theory.
What do you mean he's getting rid of child
There was
porn?
a lot of child porn on Twitter that they weren't getting rid of,
Okay.
and now it's starting to get censored, and people are like,
rescuing
I'm mad about that.
people one social platform at a time. I dig it.
Listen, do you guys hear that Adam Conover rant about billionaires?
Yeah, it's pretty stupid.
The first 2 minutes of it, sure.
Yeah, and he's yelling like, these billionaires are so dumb because he bought a company that was worth less than what he paid for. And then now he's ruining it, quote unquote. So let's talk about the $8 verifications. So he turned the whole $8 verification thing on. And
So you only pay $10 and you're verified.
yeah,
Or
you
$8.
pay $8 and you're verified.
I wasn't listening. I
And
gotta be
then
honest with you.
there was a company that
The pharmaceutical,
that sells pharmaceuticals. They sell
the diabetes thing,
diabetes insulin. Sorry.
Insulin, yeah.
So there's a company that sells insulin, and somebody made a verified account and pretty much just said like, "Yo, insulin is free now." And that company's stock price plummeted
Right.
because everybody was like, huh, "What?" And of course, Adam Conover was like, "As they should, because insulin should be free."
So he's happy about it then,
Yeah, but then he's mad about it.
but he's happy at the same time. I'm confused.
Oh,
Kelby,
my
you gotta
goodness.
explain this to me more.
That's true. We
I'm
don't know
so
exactly what emotion we're supposed to be having. Adam Conover, please tell us exactly what I'm supposed to be thinking.
He just ruined my night.
So that happened. So the thing is, Adam Conover thinks.
The way you both are like, I'm so much better than Adam Conover. Oh my god.
No. Here's the thing. Here's the thing I don't like about Adam Conover.
Go ahead.
He's like, all these billionaires are just so dumb, and they're so stupid for running businesses. And the only thing he can do is tell us how dumb successful people are. That's the thing I don't like. And they're successful because they're dumb. When was the last time any of us geniuses came up with really successful things?
Never, ever.
Okay, actually, speak for yourself.
Whoa. Listen here.
I want to talk about this. Remember when we were at Home Depot?
Yeah.
And we were getting the lights for the thing, and I'm lifting these stupid, not heavy boxes, but they're clumsy. And Kelby's like, just go get the car. I'm like, yeah, fuck, why didn't I think of that? And because some people need to lead, and then people need to kind of handle the people who are leading because they can't think about, oh, what's for lunch? Or, oh, how do I get my car from here to there? They need people kind of telling them what to do, the normal thing, so they can do the crazy, out of this world kind of out of box thinking that CEOs need to do.
So his point is he just finds value in leadership. So I'm not dumping on Adam Conover. I just think that the way he thinks is a little bit toxic.
Okay.
And what he's spewing into the world is also toxic. So to stay on subject here, he thinks the internet runs on $8 verifications, where you would need 150 million to turn a profit. Are you going to get 150 million people to pay $8? You can't even get people to pay for porn.
Right.
Well, that's not true because there's OnlyFans. And OnlyFans is lit. But
I wouldn't know.
OnlyFans is lit. I'm there every day.
every hour of every day. Okay, but obviously businesses have multiple lines of revenue. They have different streams of revenue. So to just say that he's ruining Twitter doesn't make any sense.
But here's my question. What does Twitter actually do? Besides people make tweets and that's it. Is there anything they put out themselves?
All right. Twitter is Walmart
Okay.
For
the internet. Okay. It is a shelf for you to place things on. It's the marketplace. Twitter without users is worthless. Walmart without buyers is worthless.
But they still have products on the shelf.
Yeah, but Walmart, let's say that Walmart never decided to make a greater value. They still need to purchase the products from creators to put it on their shelves.
True.
So Walmart's big thing is we have shelves.
Got it.
Twitter is we have space on the internet for you to put crap on our digital shelf. So the greatest forms of wealth ever created on Earth's history is somebody's ability to give you an opportunity. So Walmart created the opportunity for many people to put their stuff in a shelf in one place. They are the marketplace. Amazon did the same thing, but in a digital space. Google, the Googles of the world, the Facebooks of the world, all these digital companies that have hit meteoric statues of wealth have just created opportunity for you to create something on there. So they don't actually have value until you make it valuable. So that's what Twitter is good for.
So this is kind of like what Bo Burnham was saying. I don't know if you guys watched that, but he was saying like in the past we've conquered land. That's how we built up wealth. Now it's like we got to conquer people's time because there's no more land to be conquered. Like, everything's been taken, so to speak. There's something left to explore.
It's the same concept, though. It's the same concept because land is nothing until you build something on top of it. So all of these companies, there's companies that create products also create wealth, but you have to be next level genius to completely innovate over and over for people to keep buying, which is why Apple is such a phenomenon because they sell products and are able to continuously innovate those products every X amount of years for you to purchase it. The crazy thing about an Apple product, people complain that they're too much alike than the product the year before. But you have an iPhone 8.
Yeah.
If you bought an iPhone 14 right now, you wouldn't say this is just like my iPhone 8.
It's evolution.
Yeah, but it's incremental evolution. And they're not supposed, nobody's supposed to ever give you everything all at once. Because A, it's overwhelming, and B, it doesn't give you enough time to innovate for the future. So if Facebook, like there's always that argument of if Facebook turned on right now, if they just invented Facebook right now and had all this crap that is on Facebook Marketplace, Facebook dating, Facebook, what else? Games, all these things that are on Facebook Watch, all these things, you would just simply be overwhelmed. You would be like, I don't know how to use this. There's way too much stuff on here. I'm done. But Facebook beginning as, type a status. And then, you can message your friends privately. Oh, okay. Now you can upload videos. Now you can sell stuff. Now you can all of that is what creates sustainable value in these companies. And they're just building bigger, better, greater shelves for you to put your stuff on top of them.
So what do you think Elon would do for Twitter?
The thing about Twitter is, and I'm going to go back to Adam Conover's rant, the internet's greatest beta male.
Jesus Christ. Fucking A. So how you really feel about him, bud?
He does suck, but yeah.
So he says Twitter is an important place for people to hear about natural disasters, to be in touch with your political leaders, to be in touch with your favorite entertainers and blah, blah, blah. But also it's completely valueless, and why did you buy it? And you're ruining something that nobody uses or cares about.
I don't care about Twitter because I'm an old person, but I can see why other people do enjoy Twitter.
Twitter to me is the seed of the internet. Just think about it. How many times do you look on Instagram and you're looking at a picture that's words?
Tweet, yeah.
Justin LeBoy is Twitter.
Whom?
All the ratchets know who I'm talking about.
I don't know
right
who
now.
that is. Explain to me, like a white person is listening to this podcast. Explain to me who this is.
So Justin LeBoy posts these captions as pictures on Instagram that are like little sassy comments, and then all the women post it in their stories because, like, clearly it's for Capricorns and Geminis.
For sure.
So because Twitter is the seed of the internet, it's where you can get everybody's stuff. It's where you can get everybody's stuff and then export it to the rest of the internet. That's what Twitter's for. So with Elon coming in, obviously there were problems with Twitter because it doesn't quite express the creator's thoughts accurately. There's bots. There's suppression of information. You know, when he got there and he fired the girl that banned Trump, obviously it's, you know, it's him saying, look, everybody has the ability to speak their mind. They still have the Taliban on Twitter.
Constant argument, like, you still have the Taliban. There's a bunch of people on there who are like, these people want to kill a lot of the people that the people of Twitter who supposedly support.
Right.
Like the Iranian regime right now that's targeting people in protests. Not get off subject, but yeah, like they haven't censored them.
No, and I think that's where Elon is coming in to say, look, let's make free speech free again, for the most part.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think he needs to know how to grow it right now, because most companies are just throwing stuff at the wall and then hopefully something sticks. If you think about it, Disney was just like, yo, how can I buy something that sticks? Because Mickey Mouse is getting old, right? Like, people are not buying it the same way. So now we got to buy Star Wars. Now we got to buy Marvel. And then we got to buy this, we got to buy that. In Adam Conover's rant, he talks about how Mark Zuckerberg stole and bought out his competition. Well, duh. It's like Ford making the car and then being like, well, no one else is gonna make cars, right? Or like the new electric vehicle company comes out and another company just buys them. That's the purpose of businesses. Yeah. They're just to be bought. I got in a conversation with somebody earlier this week who this conversation ended very quickly because they said, I would never work for a company that focuses on making a profit.
Then how do you get paid, girl? I assume it was a woman.
Wow,
not sexist, but
wow, sassy Sam.
It's lasted this long.
The way you said it, Kalbin, I know you well enough, but I assume
it was a man.
Was it
a little man, but a man?
Right on. Okay.
I apologize.
That's why we have Sam here.
No, but usually women like they don't really care about money. They want to be. They're naturally nurturing and. You censoring me now? Thank you.
Not yet. Give it time.
Not yet. Well, speaking of that, on the cars thing, did you see what Alyssa Milano was talking about on Twitter? Her tweets?
No. She says some wild stuff.
She does, but like it was so funny the way, like it was just almost instant, but she says, I'm never going to buy a Tesla, typing on Twitter. I'd rather go for a company that's progressive and not, dictatorship. I'm going to buy a Volkswagen EV. And the next tweet was a Wikipedia snapshot of where Volkswagen came from.
Where did it come from?
The Nazis. The Nazis had full control of Volkswagen during World War II. So people, I'm saying, do your research before you tweet anything. I don't tweet anything at all because I'm stupid, but just do your research before you say anything.
I won't ever buy a Tesla because I can't afford it. So,
yes, you can, Chris.
Go. Some of them are 30, 40,000.
I'm sure must be nice. You got 30, 40,000.
Chris, what if you take an elemental frame and put it over a Tesla engine?
Put a what?
Elemental. Oh, was it
Element? Honda Element.
I'm sorry, Element Honda. Put the frame over a Tesla. Look cool.
That would just be a Hyundai.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not the car you have.
It's the, excuse me, not the spaceship that Kalbin has out front.
Kalbin.
Yeah.
He loves his new car. It's
Oh, did you bring my AirPods? By the way?
I think it. Yeah, I have it.
Okay, cool.
I like it,
It's pretty cool.
but I could have went bigger.
No, you
could've.
don't.
Bigger, badder, luxurious. But anyways, I came in here to have a big old fat rant, but I'm in a zen mood today.
Good.
Not good.
Okay.
I want to be. I want to be an internet.
Fuck you then.
beef.
Do you want me to say something that's vile and provocative to get us on
Or should
the
I
right track?
segue?
Yeah. Wait. I want to hear what he has to say
Oh, go
about,
ahead. I'm scared.
about black people.
Uh-oh. Now censor him. Do it.
Kelby will antagonize me at work, and then as soon as I say anything kind of edgy, he's like, Samuel, do not say these things in the workplace. You are a professional. And he's like, now say the N-word out loud. I'm like, no, Kelby, I'm not doing that.
I would never call Sam a professional.
No, it's
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Good job.
all right, so Facebook is down 60%. You guys know why?
Please tell me.
Yes.
Tell me.
You have it written here in the notes. Apple kills Facebook.
All right.
Kelby,
So it
please
says
tell me.
Apple killed Facebook by asking users if they want to share their info, and people saying no.
That's correct. So Facebook makes a lot of money selling your data.
Data harvesting.
And if you don't want them to do that, then maybe you shouldn't put your stuff out on there.
But it's not just that. It's everything.
What's
Like,
everything?
If you have Facebook open and then you go to Google,
Oh yeah,
I
doesn't
know
it, like
it's not the same thing,
track
but
where
like
you're at?
all these companies, Google, Amazon, Facebook, they talk to each other.
Yeah.
So everywhere you drive, everything you buy, credit card, everything like that, it's all connected. And so so I'm doing a project on sperm donations, a documentary.
Sick.
I didn't have my phone in the set because didn't want it going off. I had it completely away. I've been getting ads about sperm donating on every single platform I have. And I only have a few. I have Google, I have
Yeah, but have you
Instagram.
been texting about this project?
Nothing
Googling?
No, I haven't. No text like, oh, sperm
So
donation.
how did you know where you were supposed to go on set for which project?
It was in my house. We use my house for this.
He knows his address.
But I'm
Yeah,
saying
I
like,
know
you
my
didn't talk
address.
to anybody about it?
My phone is away, no.
Ever? Like, they just all appeared at your house randomly?
Never texting, but we never said, come to my house for the sperm donation movie. Like, we called it 2276. That's what it was called. I'm saying is they have
What does
algorithms.
that mean?
That's the number of the sperm donation account, I guess. Because she has like 15 siblings.
Oh.
And so it's all like, that's how they found it.
Understood. So, yes, Facebook did take your information
I don't have
and
Facebook.
sell it all over the place for marketing purposes. Now, if you own an iPhone, that's maybe an iPhone 11 or newer.
Anywhere upwards
I have
of
an old
11.
iPhone. I get. I like the button. The button's nice.
You know what? You're like
Can
Chris.
you show your phone to
You're
the
like Chris
camera?
Evans.
Put the reflection so people can see how shitty.
Because look, it has the button. I missed
Yeah.
the iPhone jack.
What I love is the elevated screen protector.
It's my screen has
It's
not
protect
cracked.
you so much it doesn't even touch the screen.
I'm getting a new one eventually. I think it's
He's waiting for the upgrade.
Remember when phone companies used to do that?
Yeah.
Like, hey, yo, you had this phone for 2 years. We're going to give it to you for free.
Yeah.
If you just pay for it.
Yeah, as long as you up
the
your
money
bill $40 a month, you'll be good.
I'm going to say this real quick to the editor. I have T-Mobile. It's the worst company that sells cell phone service ever. They'll tell you have 5G, you have all the bars, and you cannot make a call. You can't look at anything on the internet. You can't do anything, and it's a waste. And also, KFC charges $15 for 5 chicken tenders. All right, let's get
Yeah.
on to
Whoa,
this.
no,
Ain't
no,
that
you
the
can't just
truth?
open a can of worms like that. KFC's charging what?
I don't be eating KFC, dude. KFC's
Let's go to
nasty.
Popeyes instead. Popeyes.
I like that.
Like that? I know.
I've been to Raising Cane's 3 times in the last 2 weeks.
How's that?
All right.
Sorry,
Write
off
down
topic.
that we're about to do this real quick because this is off
Write
topic.
down-
This
write
is
down
off
Raising
I'm
topic.
ready. I'm
Cane's.
ready. I'm ready.
And
I
Popeyes.
went to Raising Cane's
Go ahead.
2 weeks ago. and it was the bombest stuff I ever ate
I'm telling you.
month. Made
It's a simple plate.
And the crazy thing is, I remember eating that Raising Cane's like 5 years ago. Wasn't that good. It was cool, but it wasn't that good.
Gotcha.
I ate that. I said, I got to go back. I went back. There were so many people. They had 3 lanes. You talking about the Burbank one?
Burbank one.
They had 3 lanes. The cop was like, "Hey, yo, you not coming in."
Oh,
He
that's
was like,
racist.
"Circle the block, black man." He told me to circle the block. I came back around.
What color was this cup?
You know what he was.
What color was this cap?
You know what he was.
You know damn well what
Black.
he
He was
looked
at Raising Cane's or
No,
Hispanic?
God damn.
this wasn't Popeyes. Yeah, he looked at me.
It's
He
Burbank.
thought I was George
Oh,
Floyd.
Burbank. Yeah.
And he,
We lost him.
Come back.
I thought I said that and I slid it. Slid nothing. Nah, he hit me with the like this. Like he hit the finger like get up on out of here.
Racially motivated
Yeah,
finger twirl.
he definitely was just like, before I do something funky to you. I whipped around quick within the speed limit.
Yes.
And I turned back around like 2 times. I could not get into the Raising Cane's. The one time that I did go, that 2 weeks ago,
Yes.
I stayed in the line for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You had to go around, then you got to go
Around it
again.
twice.
Yeah.
I've had Raising Cane's, like you said, back a few years ago. How is it compared to Chick-fil-A and Popeyes?
Chick-fil-A is not.
I don't like Chick-fil-A all that much.
It's not good food.
And Popeyes is way better than Popeyes.
Way better.
I think it's way better than Popeyes.
Do they have a chicken sandwich, or they have a?
They have a chicken sandwich,
How's that?
but it's mostly chicken fingies.
Now hold on. Hold on.
Chicken tenders.
Whatever.
Popeyes versus Raising Cane's. Here's the thing about Raising Cane's. The quality of the food is probably higher. Like when you eat it, you're like,
Home cooked.
yeah, there's that home cooked element to it. Versus Popeyes is the greatest ghetto food you
pretty
could
much.
eat, but it's still corporate in a sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, there's a line item for this
Yes.
meal.
Though I will say there have been times I've been gone to Popeyes and I've eaten nothing but the crust on the chicken because the piece of chicken was so small it was all crust.
Nah, but me and Chris went to Popeyes like a month ago. They gave us like I think it might have been a person's last day because they gave us like
But yeah,
7 pounds of
it
chicken.
was a 5-piece meal. I had like 8 pieces in there. I was like, what?
No,
the hell?
I had the chicken popcorn chicken.
That's right. Yeah.
And it was like filled to the brim. It was
Yes.
like 5 orders
The
in one.
by the airport, up by Sherman Way.
I don't remember. It was around here, wasn't it? Did we get it
Yeah,
here?
it was like a drive-through.
Yeah.
Oh no, not the one I go to.
Damn, all right, people. Popeyes, Raising Cane's, Drunken Night.
Popeyes.
Or higher than a motherfucker because I was high last time I got it. I was
Well, you get the Cajun fries with
having
Popeyes.
a moment with the chicken. Oh, maybe.
Cajun fries is like.
That's true.
Have you guys been keeping up on Atlanta?
Nah.
I really want to,
I'm
but I
still
stopped.
behind. I'm only on
didn't
season
watch
2
it.
still, actually.
There's a whole Popeyes episode.
Oh, that's
And
great.
it's fantastic because me as a white person, I have to like kind of analyze.
I have
What's
to
going
find
on.
my culture on the TV.
No. I'm saying like
What are they up to now?
it's not that.
What are those guys up to?
I've been watching Atlanta since day one. All right.
Okay. Do you watch Dave?
Yeah, I watched
It's
that
white
after.
Atlanta.
I do what? It
I
is.
know.
It is.
I'm getting mad at Gelby.
I'm aware.
I'm not Sunil, relax.
That
Mrs. Neil.
that's why you don't get strippers rubbing your butts in your face. Anyway,
Oh.
is that what happened? I was thinking of a Jersey Shore
Goodness
thing.
gracious.
Anyway, nothing resonant. I can't say the word. Nothing was more resonating than that episode in Atlanta because they're at a black-owned sushi restaurant and they're not really excited about the food because I don't know why, I won't say it, but they're not excited about it. And they're like, there's a Popeyes across the street, let's go to Popeyes. The whole episode revolved around Popeyes. And I'm like, yeah, I'd be doing the same thing too. I'd be like, let's go to Popeyes instead of this food that I don't understand entirely. Kelly wants me to say
That's
something,
facts.
but I won't.
No.
say it.
I'm like kind of proud of him like right now.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Why?
Good job.
This is good.
You get
Cause
cool points.
I like Atlanta a lot.
No,
I like Atlanta a lot.
I do
Me
too.
too.
But I started watching for Donald Glover, who you do not.
I'm not the biggest
Care
Donald.
for
I'm not a huge Donald Glover fan.
I was a fan of him when he was doing comedy on the internet and YouTube, and then he became a rapper.
He was doing comedy.
Yeah, he was doing
He is, what was the thing called?
Derek comedy.
Derek Comedy. What was
He was
his
doing-
like?
Wait, stand up or skits?
No,
Skits.
skits. Very
Oh.
like
Well, he did stand up too.
these were
I know he did stand up. I didn't like it.
like the skits were way better, but these were very edgy. Like for the time, like the things they were saying on there would not be allowed today.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say it out loud.
Why don't you say one of them right
Oh
now?
no, the worst one has the N word in it, but it's so funny. It's got the N word and the F word, the LGBTQ F word. I won't say it. But
What is it? Like, what's the premise?
the premise is a spelling bee, and Donald Glover is a judge, and he says your word is
A word.
a very
that's
and,
funny.
and no one wants to say it, and then the final girl does say it, and she spells it correctly, and he's like, "You're the winner." Everyone's clapping, and then he comes
ER
up
or A?
ER, and he comes up with the microphone. I heard what you said, and it's just funny because they're saying it over and over again. Like, what's the definition? What's the origin of the word? Trying to delay, and there's no
Oh,
delaying.
it's a
it.
white girl.
It's all white people except for him.
That's funny. Wait, who's the person who says the word to
Some
spell?
little white girl. You know.
No, the person who's like, your next word is.
It was a black.
Oh, him. Donald
Him.
Glover.
Oh, he said it.
He
Oh,
says
that's
it,
funny.
and then the guy next to him is a white guy looking at the definition, like, your word is this.
That's funny. And it was like well produced.
Yeah, it was for the time. It was very like think VHS tape camera quality. But
Okay.
good for the time.
I need to go check them out.
2006 YouTube. Think about that.
Yeah,
Old
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, that's dope.
Anyway, we ran on a whole
Oh my god,
tangent.
Popeyes.
And we're
Yeah,
back.
Sponsor us.
yeah.
Thanks
Shoot,
for
we're
jumping
not-
at
we
the
already
36
talking
minute
about
mark.
Check our
Popeye.
link for get a Popeyes coupon for 100% off.
It's actually just a piece of napkin, and we wrote it on the napkin. but
Right.
we'll
When you
try
go to
it. They might give
Popeyes,
you one
right,
anyway.
say resident white.
Yeah.
Also, show them your Glock, and usually it's free.
Usually it's free. Oops. Don't do that. We don't
Whoopsie.
recommend that.
Forgot those
That's
are crimes.
terrible.
Got it.
Oh, Sam. Okay. All right. Let's get back to.
Sorry, Apple.
Sorry about that.
Taking your info. And so,
Yeah.
how does that prompt? Are you talking about when you download the app, it gives you a prompt that says, "Do you want to share information with Facebook?"
Yes.
And people hit no.
Yes.
Is that the
That makes
terms?
sense. That would be my gut reaction.
Killed Facebook's revenue. So because of that, they have to innovate, just like always.
Is that after-
Which is funny because any company that runs on Facebook knows that they change their freaking rules every 4 seconds. The algorithm changes every 2 seconds. So you may have a media company that's publishing stuff on Facebook, and then now you're not getting any views, or you're not getting the same watch time, or you're not getting the same engagements anymore, and then now you can't sell ads. So and then you have to relearn the Facebook algorithm. So Facebook has a daddy, and daddy's name is Apple. They sell the building. So to take it back to my marketplace, the only overseer of the people that have the shelves are the people who give you the wood to make the shelves. Does that make sense? So the person who builds the marketplace still gets their money.
Yeah.
So Apple and Amazon create all of the stuff. Like if you really think about it, Amazon with Amazon Web Services, they pretty much host the internet. So if you piss them off enough, Apple to put your app on the most popular phone in North America takes 30% of everything that you make off the app. So if you just think about that. And then they made it so with a click of a button, Facebook doesn't take your information anymore. And boom, now people in the metaverse have legs.
Now, is this before they bought Instagram, or is that always the thing?
Oh, this is recent.
Okay.
This is like iOS 15, maybe?
Yeah, the last
I
one.
haven't updated since.
Because we're in 16 right now.
Sam's on 4.
Let me check actually.
Yo, Sam has the 30-pin connector.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm actually gonna check because I never update.
Yeah, go to your settings and see. His phone probably can't even get iOS 16.
I'm pretty sure it
Where
can.
do I find it? I'm sorry.
Let me
I
see.
got settings.
Let me see.
Wait, general.
Yeah.
Oh, software. update.
About.
Oh, I got 14.2.
No, he's there. He's
I'm
up
there.
He's up there.
I don't know how.
me see.
I never subscribed. Software version.
Okay, so
Don't
Sam,
update it, please.
Sam has an iPhone 8
It will
Plus.
explode.
The coverage he has is expired from 2006. Let's see how much space you have on here.
Oh, nothing. I got no space.
Okay, you have, wow, this is actually pretty impressive. So you have the 64 gig iPhone 8, and you still have 4 gigs.
Well, I delete a lot. I deleted it. And I have there's some things you can buy, like a SanDisk or something you can plug into your phone. It's like a hard drive iPhone thing.
And believe it or not, on the iPhone 8, he can still get iPhone 16.1.1.
Don't do that. Don't
Or
update it.
iOS
legitimately
16.
will
I will
explode.
not update it, even though you should.
No, that's
Because
how,
they said
I just did it.
that's how they
Mind-blowing.
get you. That's
no,
how they get you.
iOS 16 is different. iOS 16 is like, it's good except every time you copy something and then you try to post it on a different app, it's like, is it okay if we copy and paste this?
Is this fine?
And it's like, I said yes 90 times.
Throw it on there.
Just let me see my freaky stuff.
Let me paste my porn
Okay.
to this Word doc.
No, I put it on that dark internet. What's the dark internet called?
I don't know what it's called.
Reddit.
The dark,
Reddit.
the deep web.
No.
Kelby sent me a picture of getting the food for set, and he's like clicking on the picture, like here you can do this, and he's like clicking on it, like it's not working. Like you can click on the picture apparently and get the address
Yeah.
out of it.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's not working.
Mine
Why is
definitely doesn't work. I don't know how it works on that ancient thing.
It
It's
doesn't.
called
It
the
doesn't.
Incognito.
Oh, it doesn't.
Incognito
Oh,
tab.
incognitus.
Yeah. You go to Incognitus, you're
Incognitus.
gonna have a great time on the phone.
That's where all my porn is.
That's funny. Yeah, how you set up your home
Oh yeah, no,
lock
this is
screen?
This is different. This is about to go crazy. Marquez Brownlee. Okay,
Go ahead.
Well, the one thing I don't like is
better.
the face scan thing. I don't like that at all.
I'm pretty sure yours
you have
doesn't
to.
know anything about your face scan.
No, I'm saying like that's why I don't want to get
I'm
your
pretty
phone.
sure your front-facing camera hasn't worked in 3 years.
It's really blurry.
Yeah.
I think some water got in there.
Okay, so this is my.
I like the font.
This is the one for do not disturb.
Correct.
When it's like don't bother me.
Yeah.
Okay, but when you put it on,
Whoa,
oh shoot,
You got a pretty face there.
I don't like that.
Then you swipe.
this is what it is.
There you go.
When you put so what we're doing right now for those who are just
Oh,
listening,
sorry for the audio listeners. We're
So we're
playing with the iOS.
Oh, man.
iOS
Sorry.
16. Boy, are we going all over the place?
Yeah, sorry.
So iOS 16, I got my own face on it. If only my notifications would go away. Which is another thing I hate about iPhone. There's too many notifications. But when you do that and then you press it again, I send it right back to D&D. This is the best iPhone. Only I like allow paste. Please allow paste.
I have mine set up to change the photo every hour.
Oh, you
And
killing
it
it.
cycles between like.
let me ask
Oh, it's
something.
not too bad.
Kelby, so you're with the girl, right? And you put it on the incognito mode.
Ignitus.
Incognitus.
You gotta
Yeah.
say it right.
The messages from your other girls won't pop up on your phone while you're with that girl. So you can be like,
Correctamundo.
look at me. Stop it. Look at me. I'm not cheating.
Don't
And
touch
like,
me.
There's nothing there. See?
What I have seen is men who are in the streets. They do have the thing where you have your different front pages, and they just like put the girl.
That's actually pretty fucking smart.
They have a different
Oh,
screen.
Each side piece
Oh,
for every
has
girl.
its
So
own
like for
screen.
me, if I wanted to do it for mine, I could.
You
Which
could
which I
definitely.
wouldn't. I'm very proud of that picture I took.
You took that picture?
Yeah.
So Sam has an inappropriate picture of his
Oh, he already showed it
girlfriend.
to the camera. So.
Yeah,
Kinda.
Over to the audio listeners.
Oh, shit, Stephanie.
He has a photo of appreciative of his girlfriend. That's it.
Of his
You know what?
girlfriend's
It's love.
body.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I
He's a
appreciate it.
feminist.
Oh, then I got a picture of her face in my what's
Ass.
no face
Oh.
when you go in the
There you
apps.
go. Oh,
Is that her or is that
Yeah,
a
that's
celebrity?
her. That's her.
She
Wow.
looks lovely.
So yeah, Stephanie, see, they like you here.
That's Sam's gross thumb in the photo. Get that out
That's
of there.
actually another model's thumb.
Let me see.
That's actually a sausage.
That's crazy that this could take pictures.
This wasn't on this phone.
It's all cracked. It's okay.
That's dope though.
Thank you.
Are you gonna wait until the iPhone 15?
No,
When do you think? When are you conceivably, realistically, when are you gonna upgrade?
Well,
your
I
phone?
might switch to Spectrum. I don't know if anyone tell me anything about them. I have their internet, but I think they offered me one time. They had a really good deal about getting me a new
a
phone
new phone.
because I need to
cool.
get the whole. I'm gonna be changing my number soon, eventually, just to be off the grid. I'll tell
I
you.
hate that.
I know
I
it's
had
ridiculous.
I switched. I had what was the $20 a month?
Mint.
No, it was before Mint. It was.
Well, you had some
Remember-
Metro. You had Metro PCS.
Metro
No, it was
PCS.
Metro PCS. It was the one that had it at the mall. Remember? They
Oh
had
yes,
a kiosk.
Yes, it was Metro PCS Lite.
Yeah, it was the green Metro PCS. Is what it was. It was like startup or sync
That's how
up
you
or,
know you broke as hell.
I was broken and you can't even imagine. So I was paying that, and then shut up. I missed the bill, and
That's a $20.
yes, man, it's the $20.
You should have just asked me, boy.
I should have.
Golly,
Yeah, but we worked at the
I
same
would have
place, so
driven
I know you
some
didn't have
carts
either.
around, got you $20 in the form of 25-cent increments.
That probably would have worked too. So I missed the bill, and then I was like, oh, I gotta switch companies. So I switched companies. I lost the number. So I had to get a
switched companies?
whole new number.
Because you missed $20.
No, because my aunt was like, just get on my plane. It's cheaper. I was like, cheaper than $20.
When
Okay,
was that?
for
I
sure.
remember changing your number.
Yeah, I had a 323 number for the longest time. I remember that. And now I'm
Long
stupid.
time.
747.
Did you?
Yeah, I think maybe even at the mall I had a 323 still. I had it for a long time.
What's sad about me is I've had the same number since I was a child, and
Same.
I've never had no one like, hey, I lost your number. It's like it's been the same
It's been the same
ever
number.
since.
Yeah, see?
It's funny.
You know what I think it is? I think my dad had my old number. That's why I wasn't called.
That's definitely.
That's not true. He just doesn't like you.
That's fair enough.
So I put my phone number in this girl's yearbook when I was in high school.
Still waiting on the call.
She actually texted me
Recently?
a picture of
Her titties. No. I don't know what titties make
yo.
me
When
laugh.
Sam is here, Chris be going off. Yo.
I'm just asking.
You're a bad boy.
You her titties.
Yo.
Chris a bad boy. I like Chris. I don't want
Namor is
him.
going crazy.
What? Namor, yes.
Namor. Hey, did you, speaking of Namor, did you see they censored his penis?
Yeah. I
They
saw it.
censored
Chris,
it?
that would have been your problem. You've been in that little tight green short shorts. Your
ahead.
penis would be too big.
Oh, that's what
They're
it
like,
is.
no, the children are watching.
That's
Censor
why
that
it's
penis.
small now.
What I was saying is,
Sorry.
I wrote in this girl's yearbook, and it said, "I'm single.
Whoop,
Here's my number."
whoop.
And I actually will show it to you.
Got a
So,
picture of this girl?
so I didn't have her number and didn't totally know who it was, but I did my interneting and I found out it was actually a somewhat pretty girl from high school. So I wrote this in high school and put my phone number and it says, "P.S. I'm single. Date anytime."
Do you need us to blur the phone number?
It's not, they're not gonna see it.
All right, sure.
And
Whatever.
then, and so
Just take it off of your camera.
and then she wrote, "Have you had this number since 2009?"
Ooh.
And I wrote, actually, the first thing she wrote was, "Is this offer still good?" And I said, "What offer?" Sent this picture to yearbook. And
You were like, who are you?
then she wrote, "Who is this?"
Like, she wrote that?
She wrote that to me. And I was like, "Well, who are you?" She said, "Can't answer my question with a question. Plus, you gave me your number. So..." Then she never wrote me back in. So then I found out exactly who you are. And I texted you, "Happy Thanksgiving." You didn't write me back. You know.
Kelby's not bitter
This is
at
why
all.
we will never last.
Yeah, exactly. But I know who you are. And
I will find you.
high school was your best.
Equally.
Speaking about that, not to get off the subject
Did her
of
dirty.
Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, but I asked my girlfriend last night, like, how old do I look without a beard? And she's like, oh, she's basically a pedophile when it comes to that, because
Go ahead.
I look so young, and I see people my age, 30. I'm like, what happened?
Uh-oh.
What
Well, you don't
happened?
drink. You're like J-Lo.
I do drink. I'm hotter than J-Lo.
Well, you barely drink. I don't think you
I
drink that
barely
much.
drink, but like it's just crazy. Like I
When was
don't
the last
be
time you shaved your beard is the real question.
long time ago. Am I gonna be the person when they're like 80 years old? Like, yeah, I'm still going. Oh, I'm 80 years old. Like, you're not a day over 50. Like, am I gonna be that person?
For being honest.
Also, I'm unvaccinated too, so I'm probably gonna survive.
Are you vaccinated?
Unvaccinated.
Oh, well, then you're gonna die this summer.
Yeah.
This
This
is gonna
summer?
be
Winter?
this is gonna be a grim.
Go ahead.
They've said that for 3 years now, and I'm still not dead.
Chris,
Well, it's because you don't go outside.
I go outside all the time.
I'm ready to go outside.
Chris,
Go ahead.
you want to see a bird graveyard?
Is it-
Look at all the birds, the dead birds. It's,
Oh, the beers. I never
safe.
understood wind.
All right, let's finish our point.
let's go back.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry about that.
We got 5 minutes.
People are upset at billionaires because they created products that you can't afford, and you
I can
don't.
afford it.
Shut up, Sam. You can't afford it, and you're upset because they didn't take the money right out of your pocket. Another thing is the more that you complain about things that you A, can't control, and B, you can work towards being some kind of success on your own, the more you complain about that and you're not actually activating the ability within you to be valuable, it just makes you a big cancerous loser.
Can I say my metaphor on here that I tell everybody?
Go ahead.
It's quite nice. People always consider or think about money as a pie. They think it like there's one pie, everyone's trying to get a piece of this pie. I only got crumbs, I got a slice. That's how they think about it. In reality, money is like a store with unlimited ingredients. There's unlimited amount of money out there. You just have to find a way to create it.
I like pie. Pie's
Christopher,
good.
you just missed the entire point of
I'm
that
sorry.
metaphor. That's
But
fine.
I agree with it. No one is taking money out of your pocket to make them richer. And if they are, call the police. Ultimately, people are finding ways to make money. If it comes in the form of government subsidies, that just means that the government had a problem and they grossly overspent to try and solve it. And if somebody gets rich off of that, then you need to blame the politicians. If somebody created a product and you don't like the product, don't buy it. If you are upset that a company is purchasing other companies, then that just means that you, Adam Conover, don't understand how business works. Here's the thing that I don't like about white guys that complain about successful business people.
Not me.
The thing I don't like about it is we only know this person's name because someone made a company, found success, and hired him to represent that company. Nobody ever turns around and wonder, why are we only talking about Elon and Twitter? Why don't we just talk about the successful barbershop franchise in our local city? Are you upset at that guy for working hard and making himself successful? No.
Eventually, yeah, you will.
Yeah, of course you will, because you're upset. And here's another point that I wanted to make.
Listen up, people.
This is about hustle culture.
This timestamp is called Kelby Gets Spicy.
I got the cider in me.
You got time for this?
Oh, that
Go,
might be
go,
it. that might be the activator.
I'm going to talk about hustle culture real quick.
Go ahead.
Everybody says, especially to me, yo, hustle culture is really dangerous. Work-life balance. Don't ever be upset at what you chose. What I mean by that is, if somebody delays marriage, children, and says, yo, I'm gonna do all that stuff when I'm 40, I'm gonna give myself 20 years of hustle culture, 20 years of going above and beyond and living like a crab so that I can live totally differently 20 years later. Don't be upset that that person has what you don't. If you decided that your life needs to remain one way. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying I need work-life balance. I want to work at a company. I want to spend time with my family and my friends. I remember my first day in LA, my teacher, rest in peace, Stu Levin, told me, yo, raise your hand to the class. Raise your hand if you want to go home for every holiday. Everybody raised their hand. He said, yo, raise your hand if you're in LA and you want to be an actor and you want to go to every one of your family members' weddings. And everybody raised their hand. He said, raise your hand. One last question. If you're in LA, you want to be an actor, you want to be in the business, and you want to go home for every child that's birthed in your family or your friendship group. And everybody raised their hand, and he said, if that's what you want, you might as well go home now. Don't be upset that somebody else sacrificed and got something that you don't because you didn't do what they did. At some point in time, you have to find peace with your decision. Hustle culture can be dangerous for you. But you know what happens right before you die from hustling too hard? You pass out. You pass out and then you wake back up and then you make a decision. Hey, maybe I need to relax a little bit. Maybe I need to do better with my time management skills. Maybe I need to figure my life out. But this whole culture of I'm a victim, I deserve what you need or what you have, all of that it's cancerous and it's dangerous. Everything that your parents went through is what you're going through now. The numbers just look different. If you think that you're upset at buying, for most of America outside of the coast, if you think it's hard to buy a $400,000 house, your parents were making $2 an hour. And they were scared about buying a $100,000 house. And their parents were making 30 cents an hour. And they were scared about buying a $10,000 house. The numbers are scary for every generation. The one thing you can do is say, all right, I recognize a problem and I'm going to find a solution. You're completely useless if you can observe a problem. A monkey can figure out what the problem is. You're useful if you figure out how to solve it. So if the best thing you can do is yell about how many problems you have, good luck. You're just going to be upset forever because the one person who said, I see the problem and I figured out how to solve it is doing better than you.
Can I tell a story?
Sure.
You got time,
Sunil's
Chris?
not here. Go for it.
Sure, you have all of 2
Oh
minutes.
my God. So when I joined the Marine Corps, I talk about it a lot. I was aware of things. You know, there's homeless veterans, guys get out, they don't know what to do. You know, there's a lot of problems that come in that area. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to play it straight. I didn't drink, didn't want to, even though I was pressured to, forcefully pressured to drink. I saved my money. I did everything right. I didn't go home on the holidays because you can sail, if you get vacation days, you can sell them back. I got as many vacation days as I could, took what I had, sold the rest. I got out with $35,000 back in 2015. What's the average net worth of millennials nowadays, Kelby?
14
I know
cents.
$17,000,
It's
$14,000.
negative $5,000. Negative $5,000. I got out with $35,000. I got so much hate for that. It's like, oh, this is offensive. Oh, Barnett, you're a fucking Jew. Oh, you Jew boy. I literally got called that.
Are you a Jew?
No.
Oh.
Raised Catholic. But, you know, it's very, very offensive in that community. And these guys complain the entire time. Oh, you have so much money. Why don't you pay for this? Well, you have all the money. Like, no. I have my money. You guys spent your money on booze and hookers and prostitutes and strippers and all this other garbage. And I didn't just shut in my room the entire time. I went and had fun. I went to a strip club once or twice. Didn't spend all my money. Didn't spend my paycheck. We made $600 every 2 weeks in the Marine Corps. The first few years we were in, $600.
That's crazy.
And I came out with $35,000.
How many years you do?
4. My first lieutenant, he was a finance major. He says, "Oh, I'm going to teach you about finances." Like, "Oh, I got $5,000 saved up." He's like, "Oh, how did you do that?" I'm like, I just didn't spend my goddamn money. Everything's provided for you in the military. You get your food, get your housing, clothes.
Strippers?
No, surprisingly not.
That's sick.
I bet it
We need to start. We need to have a conversation about treating our troops better and providing them with more.
No, fuck that. No, they're fine. They're fine.
More strippers.
All right, you
They're
heard it from the ring. Everyone's good in the military.
They just need to be taught how to handle themselves because they get their first paycheck at 18. Oh, I got so much money. I'm going to spend it all.
I'm
Oh.
gonna buy a Camaro.
Yeah, they do. And I was driving my piece of shit 1992 Honda Accord. That was probably worth $500 maybe less.
Mm-hmm.
Drove that till it's probably still working. I don't know where it is.
Yeah, it's probably still running somewhere.
I needed a newer car with AC and heat. And,
Essentially, what Sam is saying is, don't think that you can skip the steps.
eat the shit.
Right. Everybody has to grow the dreads out. Everybody. And you're not going to be 20-something and making 20-something decisions and living the life of a 40-something-year-old. Go through the steps.
Very rare.
I often speak to 25, 24-year-olds who think that they're in a unique position because they make, I don't know, $35,000 a year. And look, if you're 25 and you're making like $35,000 a year, on average in the United States in like the central part, it's not the worst thing in the world. And you can also figure out how to make more by creating levels of value for yourself. But I speak and they're so frustrated because they're like, why am I not buying a house yesterday? Why am I not, and social media does do that. And I hate using that term because social media is just shelves in a store. Mm-hmm. Other people are portraying something that is normal to a very small group of people. And another thing that really bothers me is when people say, oh, you got the money from your parents. Well, how often do we hear the phraseology generational wealth, right? We want to create enough wealth for ourselves to pass it down to our kids so that their lives are a little bit easier than ours, so that they can create more wealth for themselves and pass it down to their kids. But the moment somebody gets money from mom and dad, all of a sudden it's evil. What's the problem with something we all want to do? Didn't you say you want generational wealth? Then somebody gets money from mom and dad and they build a business with it, which by the way, a lot of people take money from mom and dad and waste it. But if you take money from mom and dad and you build a business and you create profit and you generate opportunities for other people and you create something that changes lives, what's the problem? It's a sick environment that we live in right now where the kids think that they need $1 million houses and they're looking at other people who are faking it for TikTok and for Instagram, and all the Instagram kids are also poor. If they're not poor, why are they showing you the middle of their butthole on OnlyFans? They're poor. People are poor. They're poor in their pockets. They're poor in their mindset. Get your act together. If you're a useless person talking about you're not making enough money, go learn something. Go learn how to do something.
That's free too. You don't need to pay money to learn something.
Nowadays, all you need is Wi-Fi and YouTube, and you can figure it out. Anyways, that's all I had to say.
Go work for free. How about that? I did that.
I also did that.
Chris
I did
did
a
that?
lot of working for. I still work for free a lot, actually. But that's a conversation for a different time.
We love you.
Yeah.
We're not yelling at you because we're angry. We're just disappointed.
Well,
I'm angry.
sometimes people need a kick in the pants. Anyways, that was our conversation for today. Leave in the comments if you like Raising Cane's.
Yeah, out of all of what we talked about, only talk about Raising Cane's. If you bring up anything else on this podcast episode, we don't want to hear it.
do a thing of Raising Cane's, Popeyes, or Chick-fil-A.
All right, so this is going to be for the cut right here. Put my hand down because I don't like it when my hands are up in the video.
All
right. Tell us right now in the comments which one is better at 2 a.m. when you're drunk. Popeyes or Raisin Canes. Mm-hmm. With that being said, thank you for listening to the Men on the Internet podcast. T-Mobile is awful. KFC is too expensive. Have a great weekend.